You think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
You're lying, Miss Galletta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
Your pearl earrings, Miss Galletta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh, God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar Kalu. He runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang, and another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his knees. It looked very painful.
And you don't know who shot Gage or why?
No, officer.
I'm having a hard time believing that, young lady. You want to be taken to a police cell?
You're hardly any older than me. Don't you dare talk to me that way.
You're lying, Miss Galletta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different? How dare you accuse me of lying? God, I think you're horrible.
Which jewelry store?
Hartfield's. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
You're making me angry, Miss Galletta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
So this Kalu character put 5 rounds in the back of Mr. Gage because he badmouthed his products?
Yes, something like that.
I think you're trying to pin this thing on this Kalu character. I think you were angry with Mr. Gage and you shot him.
You think that? You're a madman. I don't know about guns. You can't prove I own a gun. I've told you all I know. I think you should leave me alone.
How many shots did you hear, Miss Galletta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Galletta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then 3 very quickly, close together. 5.
You have something of a selective memory, Miss Galletta, They won't endear you to any police officers I know.
How can you say that? I want to help, officer, really. But it's all just a blur in my head.
Don't lie to me. If you keep withholding information, I'm going to take you in for obstruction of justice.
I'm trying my best, officer. I've got nothing to hide. What makes you think different? I was scared, all right? Are you happy now? I was terrified, and the last thing on my mind was keeping count.